Hello, my name is Christina Mahan, and really quickly what I'm going to do for you is the presentation that I did at the Social Entrepreneurship Conference this past May 2013. It is an Ignite presentation, so it lasts about 5 minutes, so that's about 15 seconds for each slide. So I will be going quite quickly through the slide and information. If at any point in time you have questions about something or you don't feel like explaining it with enough detail, do contact me and I do not mind giving you more information on the topic. So let's begin. Again, my name is Christina Mahan. I am a current MLS student at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, and an ACE Scholar. And today I'm going to talk to you about the YouTube Librarian and equity and inclusion. So, what I discovered as far as the past year is that YouTube really is an interesting reference tool. And as well as being a reference tool, it provides a lot of good supplemental information as long as you know how to use it. And I kind of came to this conclusion when I was working at the reference desk one night, and I had a student come up to me and ask me, and she said, "How do I cite YouTube?" And I kind of went from that and just started thinking about citing YouTube and what I was currently using YouTube for. And these are some examples of how I currently use YouTube, and as you can see, it's a lot of interesting information. But on a daily basis, I hadn't really thought about YouTube as being a reference tool just yet. But thinking about that and thinking about what was going on with Twitter, another social media device, and Library of Congress taking that information and archiving it for research purposes, I started thinking, well, if they're using that for research, then why not YouTube? So I decided to create the YouTube Librarian. It's a blog that I've just recently started. So if you're interested in it, you can access it at the youtubelibrarian.wordpress.com. But what I've been learning so far using this is just that YouTube really is an interesting supplemental source of information. You just have to know how to use it, and that I'm really personally taking steps forward as far as library science and information and technology. So these are some of the things that I've found with YouTube that are beneficial. You can use it across, it's accessible to multiple users, so you don't have to wait for the book to be returned, you don't have to go and access it through interlibrary loan, you don't have to worry about it being checked out. You can use it across multiple technologies, so on my iPad, on my phone, on my iPod, on the Xbox, anywhere. You can use it across different technologies. You also have access primarily to the online patron. And for me, the online patron doesn't really get as much support or the same support that our physical patrons do, so it's really important for me to provide them with some similar support. You also can take it and use it in different languages via subtitles, or if, say for example, you have a video that's in a different language and you want to do a YouTube Librarian blog in a completely different language, that's definitely beneficial for that culture. It's also something that kind of transcends age. I find that you can find videos that are applicable to an older generation, to a younger generation, depending on what videos you're looking for, and it's definitely helpful for that purpose. A good example of this is I had a patron who came in and was just complaining about the taking the praxis test, and she didn't really understand how to use geometry. It's not something that she learned in her culture. She didn't need to learn it. So I gave her some great tools she could use on YouTube, and what I was doing by doing that was giving her some visual information that she could replay over and over again or use in a different context if she needed to really take in that information, which was really beneficial for, I believe, would be beneficial for her. That really gives a user comprehensive information if you're giving them multiple YouTubers who are talking on the same topic, because while I might understand what you're saying, if someone else is giving me that same information, I might not comprehend it. It's also very representative of our patrons. So for me, an example, I have natural hair and I can't ask my family members how to take care of it. I can go on YouTube and I can find that information on how to take care of my natural hair. It's also beneficial as far as communication is concerned. So those who are shy or have lists or have barriers as far as communication, they can communicate online a lot more effectively. Now there are of course some drawbacks to anything, and I'm only going to talk about two, just because with anything You just have to think about the positive aspects. You might lose information, but you also might lose information with print resources. Just find other information that's going to be useful. Um, you might have information that's not really relevant, which is fine. We use that mostly as historical content when we have that problem with print information. I think the most important thing is, if you're going to be using any social media device, is to really consider what you know about it and learn about it if you don't know enough about it. Because when you're authentic with your users, when you're authentic with those that you're trying to communicate with, they really do see that and take that into consideration. So if you are going to be using social media, really do learn about it as much as possible. And that is the end of my presentation. Again, if you have any questions or concerns or feel like I didn't cover something deeply enough, do let me know. I do not mind giving you more information on it. Again, thank you for listening.